Hello gaming fans! You can't go far in a public space on Rune today without seeing this conversation, so despite having a cold, I really thought I had to make a video to talk about it. I am, of course, talking about the old school servers. First thing I have to say, it's been a week since the poll first came out, and I've been surprised by how many people have voted. It's a surprisingly small amount. When I recorded this, it's just under 250k. Considering even if you vote, it doesn't have to affect you, you're not forced to pay or play the game, I think more people would have voted just because. Especially considering you're always seeing people talking about how they used to like the game. Perhaps they just don't care that much. Or maybe they just misunderstood and thought that they are signing up to pay. I don't know. Personally, I like the idea. I think it was a pretty bold move from Jagex. I'm pretty sure I've been playing since the summer of 2005 now, so this news announcement and me thinking about that made me feel rather old. So 2007 isn't that old school for me. It's not my earliest memories of the game. I remember a time before there was a bank for free players in Lumbridge. Days when you had to walk either over to Draenor if you weren't worried about getting killed by the guards, or up to Varrock was the normal port of call if you want to bank. Anyway, yeah. I know some people have been complaining about the time they've chosen to boot from, but seriously people, it's not just like loading an old work document. Give them credit for trying it. I don't think there's a lot of game companies who would do that. Anyway, I think the main difference for me, which I miss from those times, is the trade. The Grand Exchange, yes, is really useful at times. Trade is much easier now. If you want to sell something, it's just on there. It will sell eventually. But both shops and actual trading with other players, they just don't exist like they did then. 2007 was the time of the B-sale, and people actually used this shop to sell. To all you who don't know what a B-sale was, it was people calling out B-sale, and they'll show a load of random stuff which they were basically selling off cheap. You can actually pick up stuff really cheap from one person, then say in Faldor, and then move over to Al-Qaid and sell it to another and make a profit. It was good times, and that is proper merchanting. Whilst I miss that as a nostalgia, I'll still be spending the majority of my time in the main game, because despite a few updates I'm not so much of a fan of, particularly more recently, I do think the game is generally better today. I'm not sure what word there's been yet on the screen resolution problem. Obviously back when we used to play it then, it was on a screen smaller than some people's hands, and it would be weird going back to that, especially for people who haven't been playing for 5.5 years. Anyone who's been playing since Runescape HD came out just won't know what that's about. And obviously the Grand Exchange, for anyone who doesn't remember a time without the Grand Exchange, that's going to be weird for them too. So honestly, whilst the idea sounds fun to me, and I would really love to see it happen, I will play every now and then, if I can. I'm not paying for it. I'm really not going to pay extra money for that. And that's one of the things which disappointed me most about the levels of votes that actually were received. I really expected, when it first was announced, to reach the 500,000 really quickly. One thing I'm not sure about that Jagex has mentioned is the development team for the 2007 servers, which varies in size depending on the amount of votes received. What is the point of regularly updating a server which is meant to be old school? Will that sort of then end up as a different branch of the evolutionary tree, and some years down the line they offer us another old school server which was back to 2007 again? I don't know. If anyone has an answer for me on that question, please let me know. The anti-bot software does make sense though, because what a lot of people might not remember from then was the sheer amount of basic bots, level 3s with the green top and the green trousers and the bold head, plastering every yew tree like an aphid. It was annoying. So, based on the newsfeed, it would seem that we'll get some answers at least tomorrow night, or tonight by the time I've uploaded this, with the launch, if all goes to plan. I've heard people who have voted will get the first month free, so if that's true, I should hope to see a fair few people there, and I really hope it doesn't die out after that first month. So, what do you think? As always, you can let me know in the box below, and I'll see you tomorrow. Happy gaming. This is Slightly Ill Flumpy, signing out.